Well, here we are again, everybody. Here we are again for another edition of Marilyn's Cafe Society Radio here on the YouTube channel. How are you on this Thursday, November 4th, 2021? Listen, I feel good. I feel pretty good. I've had a pretty busy week as usual, and of course had some trying to always squeeze a little fun in. You know, what's life without having some fun, right? So we got to do that. We got to figure it out. Got to figure it out, I tell you. Well, listen, I've been inundated with so much news as I was planning today's show for you. And I've selected some news stories that I certainly hope that you find interesting. And, you know, it's just, as they say, on a need-to-know basis. And so let's get right into it, starting with this one. Now, the number of Americans applying for first-time weekly unemployment benefits last week fell to its lowest level since COVID-19 pandemic started in 2020. According to the Department of Labor, workers filed 269,000 jobless claims, down from 283,000 the previous week. Before the pandemic, the weekly claims were averaging around 250,000 claims per week. Now, in a related story, Challenger Gray and Christmas is reporting that nearly 5,100 workers were laid off in October because they refused to comply with the employer's requirement to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Wow. Yeah, this is getting real, everyone. And so we've been hearing in the news, I heard this actually this morning, that January 4th is that deadline for federal, state employers, as well as employers who employ more than 100 people, to enforce that mandate that folks get vaccinated or comply to weekly COVID-19 tests. So, it's interesting it would be interesting to learn whether or not these individuals are being covered with some protection with unemployment, since it is all COVID related, right? And no one really asked for this. So we'll see how things work out with these 5,100 workers. Now, compare that number to the 5,800 who have lost their jobs because of businesses closing. Yeah, some businesses did not make it. And, Black businesses really got hit hard. And unfortunately, we've lost a lot of Black small businesses in the last year because of this COVID-19. Now, on the flip side, there is a record number of 4.3 million Americans who quit their jobs in August alone for various reasons, including burnout. But another reason that many of them have left the workforce is to pursue other ventures like starting new businesses and the like. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see how things, how those numbers shift or change in the future. But we certainly wish, individuals who've embarked on becoming self-employed or pursuing other business opportunities. This year has been a year of reflection for a lot of us, right? People coming to terms with where they are in life, how they really feel about their work or their jobs. And of course, many mothers, especially single mothers, were kind of forced into figuring something else out for themselves because they were, dealing with children being home from school, trying to assist the children through that whole homeschooling process of online learning, while if they're working from home, having to, do their work from home work. And, so many of them were kind of forced into figuring something else out for themselves. And again, I just pray that it all works out for everyone, because again, none of us asked for this COVID-19. All right. Now, let's get back to Facebook. Remember, on Tuesday, we talked about, actually last week, we talked about Facebook's name change. And of course, it all became official late last week. Now, since Facebook's name change to Meta, Many companies are getting into the metaverse like never before. And on Wednesday, Microsoft announced that it's adding virtual reality avatars and workplaces to Teams, which is its web meeting service. Now, this new capability will mimic a Facebook virtual reality product called Horizon Workrooms. I've never used it. My go-to has been Zoom and all of this, but there's other options out there as we're learning. Also, Nike filed 7 trademark applications for virtual sneakers and apparel, adding to their current involvement in the metaverse space. As you know, they have the Nike branded items that you'll find on Fortnite and on Roblox gaming platforms. I'm not a gamer, so I'm not familiar with Roblox, but I have heard of Fortnite. And apparently Nike has already sold some branded items to them to be used in the gaming platforms. And so here we go. Hold on, everybody. And I heard just a few people, less than a handful of folks who have already experienced this metaverse situation. So I'm just waiting to see how it all works out. In fact, I'm going to try to challenge myself to get into the virtual reality space, which is a great entree into artificial intelligence, right? So we'll see how it all works out, and we'll see how things work out for Microsoft and Nike and all of this as well. And speaking of Meta, well, in this case, Meta World Peace, who is the retired NBA player who is also known as Ron Artest. Well, here's what he told MarketWatch in response to Facebook's name change. He's quoted as saying, "Facebook brought a lot of joy to my face." He said that he was ecstatic to hear that Facebook changed its name to Meta Platforms. Get it? Meta World Peace, Meta Platforms. Anyway, they asked him what he had been up to, and these days, these times that we really haven't been hearing too much from him. And coincidentally, guess what? He's kind of gotten himself involved into the tech space. Yeah, he's into tech business and has a tech company. So kudos to him. I tell you, everybody, let's see, what would it be? The silent generation, the baby boomers, and the Gen Xers. Yeah, the Gen Xers. We really need to get with the program when it comes to this technology, because listen, we've certainly bypassed the information age, and it is all technology, baby. So we just got to get with it. We got to. And that's what I plan to do. So listen to this latest report. It's a new report by the artificial intelligence optimization and intelligence platform Feedvisor. They're reporting 92% of more than 2,000 surveyed United States consumers say they're more likely to buy products from Amazon than any other e-commerce site. Go figure. Did we not know that? Anyway, a streamlined checkout process and multiple delivery options are a few of the factors that go into that decision for these folks, and in turn kind of shape their expectations, right? And listen to this, a whopping 75% check prices and product reviews on Amazon before they even make a purchase. Hey, these consumers are getting smart, with everything at our fingertips. Why not? Why not take the time to research and check out the reviews and all of that? Well, of course, this pandemic related reliance on online shopping has worked in Amazon's favor as well as many other online retailers. And so this Feedvisor survey also reveals that Target.com attracts 33% of consumers, while the percentage of Walmart customers online has grown from 51% in 2019 to 63% currently. So again, that trend was already happening in retail, which is why in the last 10 years or so, so many retailers started, coming up with their e-commerce businesses, online businesses to get in the game to get their market share of that business. And, the pandemic has really accelerated everything. And so here we are. So, in case you're looking to start something online, start a new business venture or whatever, online is definitely the way to go. And speaking of growth, Pfizer expects its COVID-19 vaccine, which of course it developed in partnership with BioNTech or BioNTech. They're anticipating that it will bring $65 billion in revenue in 2021 and 2022, with $36 billion in revenue projected for this year alone. That's right, $36 billion in revenue this year alone. And totality, when you add in the year 2022, a total of $65 billion in revenue. And of course, Pfizer's COVID vaccine would set a record for the single best year for a medical product ever. I'll just let that sink in for a minute. All right. And speaking of, revenue and the market and business, let's take a look at the stock market report for today. As of about 2:30 Central Time, 3:30 Eastern Time, the Dow was down 109.84 points to 35,048.54 points. The S&P 500 was up 10.67 points to 4,671.76. The NASDAQ was also up 167.54 points to 16,311.57 points. As for gold, well, it's up $19.65 per ounce to $1,793.20. And oil has dropped just $1.21 to $78.90 per barrel. That's another report that I looked at earlier. I hadn't planned to talk about it, but I'll just put it out there. It seems that this increase in gasoline is that this projected increase in gasoline prices that we have been hearing about is kind of at a standstill, which is good news, right? Because I was like, no, the price of gas cannot go up. So as I think for the second day in a row, the price has dropped per gallon, which is good. So, hey, we just hope that trend continues. In fact, these experts are saying, according to reports that I read earlier today, they're saying that it's gonna just kind of, level off and not go up, but either stay where it is or continue, the slight drop on a daily basis. So that is good news for our pockets, right? Good news. All right. Let's get into some entertainment news, everybody. And, I'm just following up on Wendy Williams. We certainly wish her the best here from Maryland's Cafe Society. Now, it's being reported that due to ongoing medical challenges, several of Wendy Williams's celebrity pals, not including me. What about me, Wendy? They will continue to fill in as guest hosts for her daytime talk show as she continues to focus on her health. Now, she's still battling complications from the autoimmune disorder, Graves' disease, as well as recuperating from a breakthrough case of COVID-19. According to Page Six, show producers have tapped another round of A-listers to fill in for Wendy through November 19th. Yeah, so, for those who were hoping to see her back next week, that's not going to happen now. Apparently, Michael Rappaport will host the week of November 8th. Then comedian Bill Bellamy will take over for 2 days, followed by Jerry Springer, who will co-host with Steve Wilkos. Yeah, and, the new season, as we know, was set to premiere back in September, but was delayed to October 18th. And so it premiered the week of October 18th with guest hosts Devin Simon, or Simone, I should say, Bevy Smith, Elizabeth Wagmeister, Michael Yo, and Leah Remini, who actually filled in for 4 days in a row. Whitney Cummings hosted the week of October 25th, and Sherry Shepard guest starred the first week of November, this week. Now, it remains unknown whether Wendy Williams will return to the show before the end of this year. We certainly hope she does, but at the same time, if you need the rest, Wendy, if you need the rest to get better and 100%, take it, right? And again, our prayers and thoughts are with you. All right. And then Lady Gaga went full method for her role in the new movie House of Gucci. It's being reported that the music superstar fully immersed herself in the world of Patrizia Reggiani, who was, of course, tried and convicted of orchestrating the 1995 murder of her ex-husband, Maurizio Gucci, the former head of the Gucci fashion house. Now, this all came out during a cover story interview with British Vogue for the December issue. Gaga said that off camera, I never broke. She said she stayed with the character 24/7. She stayed in character so much so that during the final stages of filming, she revealed that she began to lose touch with her own reality, which caused what she calls psychological difficulty that's, of course, spilled over into her personal relationships. Now, that's awesome, right? That's awesome. And I've heard this before. I've heard actors say this before. Some of them just, because the role is so challenging. And in this case, and Gaga had to have that Italian dialect and dye her hair and just become this huge personality that Patrizia Reggiani was. And, they do it. And I've heard of a couple of them on various talk shows over the years say that, they immerse themselves in the role to such a high degree that it does take them a while after the filming has stopped and ended for them to come out of that character. Anyway, the film itself has not yet been screened by critics, but it's already generating potential Oscar buzz for Lady Gaga. Of course, House of Gucci, which also stars Adam Driver, Selma Hayek, Al Pacino, and Jared Leto, is set to hit the theaters on November 24th. So I can't wait. All right. I wonder if we're going to learn how they decided the branded colors for Gucci, and just all those little details about Gucci and the brand. I hope so. All right. Well, People magazine released an exclusive excerpt from Will Smith's revealing new memoir called Will, which comes out on November 9th, by the way. Now, in it, Smith shares painful family secrets, including a traumatic childhood incident involving his late father, Will Sr., that he says scarred him for years to come. Now, Smith writes he witnessed a terrifying act of violence that his father carried out against his mother and how it changed his life forever. The excerpt reads, listen to this. This is so traumatic. He says, when I was 9 years old, I watched my father punch my mother in the side of the head so hard that she collapsed. I saw her spit blood. That moment in that bedroom, probably more than any other moment in my life, has defined who I am. He explains, within everything that I have done since then, the awards and accolades, the spotlights and attention, the characters and the laughs, there has been a subtle string of apologies to my mother for my inaction that day, for failing her in the moment, for failing to stand up to my father, for being a coward. Wow, that's deep, isn't it? Oh my gosh, that's so deep and moving. Now, Smith's parents separated when he was a teenager and divorced in 2000. And despite the trauma, Smith writes that he maintained a close relationship with his father and even cared for him after he was diagnosed with cancer. His father died, of course, back in 2016. Now, that release date for the memoir is again on November 5th. Oh my goodness, it's just, I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read it. Now, listen, that's not the only thing that Will Smith has been working on. He has been very busy. In fact, his documentary, Best Shape of My Life, will drop on his YouTube channel on November 8th. Yeah, he gets candid about the challenges of mental and physical fitness as he documents his attempt to lose 20 pounds that he gained during the pandemic. Oh my gosh, we've all been there, right? And some of us are still trying to lose that pandemic weight. Now, he also talks about how he knows he's perceived in public, about life during the pandemic, and even about having thoughts of suicide. Again, another, I can't wait to see this, right? So again, this documentary, Best Shape of My Life, will begin on November 8th. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe every day following the 8th, there will be episodes. And so, the following day, there'll be another episode. So I hope I can catch them all. And I'm sure they will probably be stored on his YouTube channel for view if you missed the premiere. All right. And then there's this much anticipated movie called King Richard. Now, King Richard tells the story of Richard Williams, who happens to be the father and was the first coach of tennis stars icons, Venus and Serena Williams. Now, the film sheds light on their upbringing and introduction to the world of tennis and so much more. Now, King Richard will be released in theaters and on HBO Max on November the 19th. Of this year. So there's another Will Smith project that we can look forward to. And then there's one more, I'm not done. Is this the Will Smith hour? Anyway, Will Smith goes on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure around the world to explore the Earth's greatest wonders and to reveal its most hidden secrets as he hosts a soon-to-be-released National Geographic 6-part original series called Welcome to Earth. Welcome to Earth is produced by Newtopia, Protozoa Pictures, and Westbrook Studios for National Geographic. And of course, this series will premiere this December on Disney Plus. Wow, wow, wow. All of this sounds so good. All of it does. I can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. All right. And that's the end of the entertainment news, everybody. Let's get into some passion for fashion right now. And, the temperatures are dropping. We're getting closer and closer to freezing. In fact, I think we did hit a 32, 31 temperature overnight this week, or maybe every night this week. Anyway, we're there. It's here, everybody. And so it's time to take a look at our outerwear, our overcoats, right? And so what I'm seeing, what I'm noticing, and all the fashion news and pictures for fall 2021 is just about everything. I'm seeing capes, I'm seeing wrap coats, I'm seeing parkas, down jackets, puffer coats, bomber jackets, and sweater coats, everyone. They're in wool blend, quilted, leather, faux, or real furs. They're single-breasted, double-breasted, and plaid and other prints and colors, even multiple colors. So listen, the whole point of this is to wear an overcoat if it's cold. And it can be just about anything at this point. I've seen them long, short, 3/4 length. Yeah. Just stay warm, everybody. That's the point. Stay warm and try to look cute in the process, or not. If you grew up in Chicago, at some point in the winter, you throw all of that cuteness out the window. You're just trying to stay warm, especially if you're out there in the elements and not moving around in a vehicle going from point A to point B. So listen, do you, and stay warm. And that concludes Passion for Fashion on this Thursday, November the 4th. Now, listen, I have one last thing before two last things before we wrap up today. And of course, one of them is to just encourage you to continue to support Julius Jones. Go to justiceforjuliusjones.com to get all the important information that you need. We talked about this on Tuesday. I blogged about it on yesterday, but justiceforjuliusjones.com gives you all that important information and the updates. And of course, there's a contact link there that will allow you to send an email to the Oklahoma governor to ask him to side with the Pardon and Parole Board to take their recommendation to, of course, reduce Julius Jones's sentence to life in prison with the possibility of parole, or to just, issue a time served and send him home. All right. So that's justiceforjuliusjones.com. And one more last thing, just one more. All right, here we go. Daylight savings time. Yep, it's going to end this weekend. So Saturday night, late Saturday night, or early Sunday morning, remember to fall back 1 hour if you live in the part of the country that participates in this ritual that we've been doing forever. All right, so you're going to fall back 1 hour. That means you're going to gain an extra hour of sleep on Sunday. Gain an extra hour of sleep for all that it's worth, because we will be entering into a dark period in terms of, how many hours of daylight we have in a 24-hour period compared to not. Anyway, I'm talking about this as if it's a new thing, but we've been doing it forever, for as long as I can remember. It's just like this cold, every time it starts getting cold, I'm like, what is this? But, we deal with it. We push on and continue to live here in the Chicagoland area. All right. Let's look at our word for the month. I introduced it on Tuesday, and we'll just review like you're in class. Write it down. The word for the month of November is trig, Trig, trig. And it means neat and smart in appearance. But remember, we said we're going to be more than that. We are actually going to be that, neat and smart, right? All right, trig, make sure you study it and use it this month. Okay, Well, that's it, everybody. That's all I got. I just want to remind you that we do have the next Countdown to Christmas giveaway coming up on the 23rd of this month. We're going to do it that Tuesday before Thanksgiving Day. So if your name is not in the cup of names here, remember I told you that folks have submitted their names, and then just because there wasn't an abundance, I didn't get hundreds of names. I didn't even get 50 names. So what I did was I went through social media and emails and, ways that I communicated with various people and show related matters, and submitted their names and made the announcement to them that their names had been entered into the contest. And so your name may already be in here, but let's see, I think there's probably, so because I left, those who, of course, weren't pulled in October, I left the names there. So there's probably about 25 names here. So if you want to throw your name in the bucket, send an email to producer@marilynscafesociety.com and just say something like Countdown to Christmas giveaway, and make sure you include your contact information so that if your name is pulled, we can certainly contact you to let you know that you've won and how to get your gift to you. All right. Well, all right. And then there's still room for businesses or services, products, brands, personas. If you just want some additional exposure for what you're doing or selling, this is certainly a way to do it through this show, including the website and the blogs and other means of communication that I have with folks. Just send an email to producer@marilynscafesociety.com so that we can talk and I can get all the pertinent information to you. All right. All right. And one more thing. Because I'm a one-man band, and every week I grow tired of being a one-man band, I am putting it out there to individuals who may want to do a externship or internship with the show, particularly on the technical side. And if you've done some producing of shows before, to kind of take some of the pressure off me. I'm so happy that I've been blessed or gifted with the ability to be a one-man band, but it does grow tiring. And don't you want my persona, my personality to come through a little bit more on the show? If I can delegate some of the tasks to others, then that will help me out. So anyway, if you're interested in an internship or externship with Marilyn's Cafe Society, please reach out to producer@marilynscafesociety.com. All right. In the mean in between time, remember to go to the website, marilynscafesociety.com. You'll connect with me on my social media platforms there. Also, there's a link to the latest blog. And thanks so much for tuning in to this YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And remember the email club. Yeah, just send an email to marilynscafesociety@yahoo.com to have your email added to the email list of our Monday emails that we send out just once a week on Mondays to get you going through the week. Just a couple of sentences, not a book for you to read or anything. Just something to lift your spirits, make you laugh, and get you through the week. Marilyn's Cafe Society @yahoo.com, and just say, hey, add me to the email list. All right. And that is it. Let's just go to what love is. Now, someone I know approached me about what love is, and they got this one from, I think they said back in the summer, because I was kind of on a hiatus for a minute during the summer. Remember, we were just kind of checking in once a month or twice a month in the summer, what, just for July and August. Anyway, they know where I get the love is from. And so they saved this one and they asked me to share it. So I'm going to share it. It's cute. All right. So today, love is falling asleep, counting kisses of instead of sheep. Falling asleep, counting kisses instead of sheep. Don't believe me? Here it is. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice when your supporters do things like that for you? Yeah. So I thought that was cute. And, it was significant to this show because sometimes I've been known to give out kisses. No, let me clean it up for you. Not real kisses, but the Hershey kisses. Have you seen them? Yeah, some of them are huge in size. The Hershey kisses, the chocolate Hershey kisses. And anyway, so that's a little thing. That's a little thing that only people who have been with me and know me would know how cute this would be for me to say what love is. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Well, listen, everybody, as always, I enjoyed. Make sure that if you don't do anything for the rest of the week and over the weekend, make sure that you live, you laugh, and by all means, love. As always, it's a pleasure and a privilege. And I can't wait to see you on the next show. Peace, everybody. Take care.